Alright guys, so another little long rambling video here to answer a question that I've been getting probably once every hour or two for the last week. And that of course is what is going to happen to my YouTube channel now that Google and YouTube have done all the stuff they've done with the AdSense and the revenue and compensating content creators who create quote-unquote controversial material, which of course would be talking about guns and politics, which is primarily what I do on my channel. What is going to happen to my channel? Am I going to delete my channel? Am I going to stop making videos? What's going to happen? That's what this is going to be about, and I'll give you guys a little insight into what's going on, what has happened in the past, and what I want for my channel. First and foremost, worst case scenario, maybe I have to scale back on the channel. I can't do 3 podcasts a week and 3 videos a week. Maybe I have to do 1 podcast and 1 or 2 videos. I don't know, but this is something I love doing. I didn't start this channel to make money. I started this because this was something that I enjoy talking about with you guys and sharing information back and forth and putting out new ideas and getting new ideas from a lot of you guys out there, whether it be when you make videos or you post comments or whatever it is. I love talking about guns and being pro-gun and politics and prepping and all this stuff. This is something I really enjoy. And I was doing it anyway before I started getting paid. But then I started getting paid. And then I thought, well, maybe I should put some more time and attention into my channel and try a little harder. And that's why it got to the point that it is now, where I, put 20 to 25 hours a week into this channel, to where it's now, it's a part-time job. Because if I wasn't getting compensated, I would have to devote that 20 to 25 hours a week into a job. And just for everybody that's interested, I cannot tell you how much money I make. It's against my contract with Google. But what I can say is I took a yearly average of what I make and divided that by 52 weeks in a year, and it worked out to be that I made around somewhere like $8 an hour to do this. So basically the equivalent of working at a gas station for 20 to 25 hours a week is what I was getting compensated to do this. Just so you guys know, I could go get a better part-time job than that right now. I could devote that same 20 to 25 hours a week into something that paid me 11 or 12 bucks an hour. Right now, I could do that. Or I could just dump the other part-time job I have right now and just go get a full-time job doing what I used to do, working in management, working in shops and things like that, even warehouse work, managing warehouses, and make 15 to 18 bucks an hour full-time job. So monetarily, for those that are like, oh, you're just trying to make as much money as you can, I can make a lot more money not doing this than doing this. But I do it because I love it. And I've been willing to stick with a part-time job and continue to do this. And my wife works and we pay our bills. We're not hurting or anything. Okay? Don't think I'm trying to have you guys feel sorry for me. Don't. I pay my bills. I have money to buy things that I like, okay? But we're not doing super well because of YouTube, okay? Again, it's like a part-time job making 8 bucks an hour. Now, one thing that I have seen, regardless of everything else, people have been asking me about, well, what about the Patreon thing? And first and foremost, guys, for those of you over on Patreon, thank you so much. That is, you guys know I have done my best to never, ever ask anybody to go over there. I hate saying it. I hate the words coming out of my mouth. But you guys have done it anyway, and God knows I appreciate that so much. Every dollar that comes from Patreon means 100 times more than any dollar I ever got from Google or YouTube, because that was automatic, that was because of ads, that was business. This is you guys actually giving a crap. So first and foremost, thank you for that. And for those of you on the Super Chat as well, that's the exact same thing as Patreon. For the Super Chat people over there, I can't tell you how much that means. That's you guys appreciating the content to the point you're willing to contribute to it. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So thank you for that. But people have been asking me about the Patreon side of things. some channels are switching completely over to Patreon. And if you want to see their content, you have to be a patron of their Patreon channel. And some channels are doing things like just posting 1 video on YouTube for every 3 or 4 they post over on Patreon. And look, there are some people that this was their full-time job for years, and they're trying to find a way to keep that going. Now, I'm not saying that every channel out there that was doing that, this is their full-time job and that's all they have. I know some of them obviously had other jobs as well, but there are some big channels out there that I absolutely love, that I think deserve to be compensated across the board, just as if they were working a full-time job for the content they put out. Guys like Mac put so much into their channel. He's one of my favorite channels on YouTube. As far as at least the big channels, most of my favorite channels actually are smaller channels, but as far as the big channels go, I think Mac's probably my favorite. But there are guys out there like him and Hickok and so many others that, I understand. This is a full-time job for them. For me, it's a little bit different. As I said, this is basically a part-time job for me. This is a hobby that evolved into a part-time job. I want to continue to do it as long as possible, even if I have to scale back a little bit. But for me, what's important is I can't tell you guys how many times over the course of the last 7.5 years that somebody has come onto my channel and they've been, 17, 18, 19 years old, and they send me a message one day and say, I just bought my first gun. Thanks for the videos. I just registered to vote and I'm going to vote Republican. Thanks for the videos. Thank you for explaining the difference between liberalism and conservatism or libertarianism. Thank you for making this video about this gun or being pro-gun in some way. Thank you for putting out a video talking about the statistics of how gun violence goes up in areas where guns are more restricted. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That has happened hundreds, maybe thousands of times on my channel. And you know what? If I make all my content exclusive, and honestly in my opinion, if I make any of my content exclusive on Patreon, there's a chance that that doesn't happen. And I'm not saying I am so important that I bring people into the gun community or anything like that, but I'm saying collectively, we all, as people who are out there putting out content, even if you just have one video out there on YouTube talking about being pro-gun, you're helping to bring people into that, and that's important. That's more important to me than making more money if I shift all my focus over to Patreon. So you're not going to see any exclusive stuff on Patreon from me. All right, now occasionally what I've been doing is I'll post up a video first there, and so it'll show up there, I call it early edition. You'll see it first there several days before it shows up on YouTube. That's a thing that I'll do, but I eventually want all the content to come to YouTube. Also, I probably will do some giveaways and stuff like that for people who donate over on Patreon, just to say thank you, giving away T-shirts or whatever. Little stuff here and there. I've got plenty of stuff laying around my house that, companies have sent me from time to time they wanted me to do a review on. Nothing special, but little stuff. And you guys know I've given that kind of stuff away before. So there'll be little things that I'll do to try and make it, hopefully worth it for people on Patreon. But most important to me, above and beyond the money, is being able to keep the content here where it can be seen by people who might actually need to see it. So that, at this point, is where I'm at. Now, at some point down the road, who knows what YouTube's going to do. I mean, at this point, they have, at least as of this month, I went back and looked, they've cut my revenue by about 90%. There's only really, I think, 2 or 3 ads that play in front of my videos. One's NRA, one is the National Concealed Carry Association, and I think there's one more. They're all very gun-centric, and they've put my channel into restrictive mode. So you have to be out of restrictive mode to even see my videos. So they've already, that's 3 things they've done to me at this point. And at some point they may decide to cut everything off altogether. I have no idea. But at this point, this is the way my channel is going. That's what I want for my channel. That's my plan for this channel. And I just wanted to put it out there to all you guys. Again, for those of you on Patreon, for those of you who have been donating in the Super Chats, thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. As I said, that money means so much more to me than anything Google ever gave me. And to everybody out there who watches, who contributes to the channel, even with just comments. You guys give me ideas that help me make other videos, or sometimes you question some of the things I say, and it actually makes me change my mind. And that's what it's all about, is going back and forth and being able to have conversations that get us to think about things, and hopefully get us to come together with some common sense, some common ground, and help to achieve this overall narrative that most of us have, which is, to be pro-gun, to spread that ideology, to, look at politics from a common sense perspective, to get things done for our country, to make all of our lives better. True freedom and liberty. There you go. There's my spiel. So again, I appreciate you guys watching. You got any questions, comments, leave that stuff down below. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you later.